Welcome, friends. This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric, and today we're going to discuss the complete train wreck of a season that Mizzou basketball is having and what kind of future Conzo Martin might or might not have with the program. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook and Instagram. Guys, if you're watching this video and if you watch the entire thing, you're probably a masochist. Let's get that out of the way because Mizzou basketball is just painful to watch, painful to talk about. That's where we're at. The team is 4-4 in the non-conference with multiple losses that are just ridiculous. That's the biggest problem is Mizzou fans can have a serious discussion about which loss was the most pathetic. And we're barely into December here. That's a problem. Yes, I know that the team's new and all that, but it's year 5 of the program for Conzo Martin. It's not like he's inheriting these guys and just figuring out what to do with them. He brought them in. And we're 8 games in, and Conzo Martin is on his third option at point guard because the 2 that he chose are incompetent. Anton Brookshire just isn't ready. Maybe that's just freshman. Maybe that's a little competition. Maybe that's Conzo coaching. But Anton Brookshire is not ready to be a collegiate point guard. Boogie Coleman, he's just not good enough. You have Kobe Brown running point, and he's not doing great, but he's not doing terrible. But he's a forward. Why would he ever be playing point guard? So at this point, it looks like maybe Amari Davis may be the point guard, just throwing stuff against the wall, see if it sticks. And it's the reason everyone's getting frustrated is it's the exact same issues with a completely new roster for the most part. 5 years into the program is still Conzo ball, which is unathletic guys who cannot shoot the basketball with no sort of offensive rhythm and no offensive identity, and fans wondering what in the heck the offensive plan even is. If you ask a Mizzou basketball fan 5 years in, no one can tell you what exactly Conzo's trying to do offensively. It's not a we're going to run a lot of ISO stuff, or what, I like to rely on the big man, or I want to be a jump shooting, 3-point shooting team. It's play hard defense, get a turnover. Let's be real. If the other team gets to 70 points, they win. Almost certainly, especially as we get into conference season. There's no reason to think the Mizzou offense is going to get any better. In 8 games, they have failed to hit 60 points in 4 of them. That is absurd. You have to try to be that bad almost. It's nuts. Looking at some stats here, Mizzou basketball, they are 280th in America in field goal percentage. They are 236th in points per game. They are, oh boy, get ready, 326th in 3-point shooting percentage. Right now, I'm filming this right after the Liberty game. Mizzou basketball shooting 26.2% from 3 as a team for the season. That is impossibly bad. It's unbelievable. And if you're going to be that bad at shooting the 3, you shouldn't shoot that many. And I'd be mad at the players for shooting that many 3s, but because Conzo Martin does not have any sort of offensive philosophy, they're left passing the ball around the perimeter, and oh gosh, we can't get it inside to Kobe or let's jack a 3. And I can't blame them because they're not given an offensive system to do anything with, and they're just not athletic enough. They're not skilled enough to just make their own play, go get their own shot. And it's not their fault. They're just not capable of it. That's Conzo Martin's fault for not being able to recruit any better. That is the biggest issue here with Mizzou basketball is a complete failure in recruiting by Conzo Martin. To use, to paraphrase a Rick Majerus saying from back in the day, Conzo Martin could not recruit an alcoholic to a New Year's Eve party. That's where we're at. It's a complete failure. And if this season does not change its trajectory dramatically, it's going to cost him his job. I will be, among the first maybe to say it publicly that if this team plays the way it looks the rest of the season, Conzo Martin has to be fired. It has to happen. I don't care about the buyout. I don't care about the May 1 deadline in the contract. It has to happen. Under the table backroom dealing, have someone ready to go. I don't care. I think if someone started to GoFundMe, buyout for Conzo Martin, $6 million, I bet you the fan base just crowdsourcing whatever, I bet they'd come up with at least $1 million of it. There's enough people who are fed up with Conzo Martin and the complete lack of offensive philosophy and really the exact same issues that have haunted his program for 5 years now. Really, Cassius Robinson, only guy who can ever shoot the three. MPJ, not his fault necessarily, but he's the only guy who is athletic enough to start on the outside and go get his own shot until he got hurt 10 minutes into the season. I don't know if this is for Conzo Martin and just his philosophy being a complete failure and he doesn't recruit because he doesn't think he needs guys who are just pure athletes, or if it's, this is more likely, the pure athletes are going places where they think they're going to get to the league. I think Conzo Martin is trying to sell, we're going to be a team. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to develop, and you're going to grow from a boy into a man. And a lot of the selling points that Conzo could use to be a wonderful counselor for young men, I think he's using that. But these recruits, they don't want to hear that. Let's be honest, they don't. They want to hear about how my offensive philosophy will use you in such a way that 1 year, 2 years max, I think you'll be able to jump ship and go to the league. And in 2-3 years, you'll be a millionaire. That's what they want to hear. Right or wrong. And honestly, Conzo Martin's job is to get dudes on campus. Right now, he can't do that. And I think it's what he's selling. I think he's better at recruiting the parents than the players, which, as much as anything, is just an indictment on the state of college basketball and just the mindset of a lot of recruits. But at the same time, that they're teenagers and they're seeing stars. They've been told their whole lives that they are the next great thing in basketball. So, to a certain extent, why shouldn't they believe it? It's Conzo Martin's job to get them on campus, to get this team to win games. And the team he's got is not going to cut it. Missouri is probably going to be favored in one more game this entire season. And it's the next one, Eastern Illinois. After that, the non-conference still has Kansas, Utah, Illinois, before jumping into the conference schedule. And then you have the SEC Big 12 Challenge against Iowa State, who all of a sudden is number 19 in the country and ranked and undefeated. So maybe a home game versus Vandy or A&M or something. But yeah, Eastern Illinois, this next game might be the last time Missouri basketball is favored all season. That's realistic. And a Kim Anderson type of season of going, 9-23 or whatever, that's on the table. There is no floor to this season that is unreasonable. And in year 5, that's unacceptable. As I said, I think the way the season's going, it will cost Conzo Martin his job. that's really all I've got. Stay tuned. We'll follow Mizzou basketball, as painful as it might be. Just keep an eye out for the rest of our videos, and thanks for checking this one out. We'll see you guys next time.